Now what this really comes to is, who's responsible for the damage of the car? Welcome to the Full Octane Garage. I'm going to set today's backdrop with something that isn't so pleasant. Crime in America. Something you don't expect that's going to happen to you, but it actually does. You go out to a nice dinner to celebrate a birthday. We did just that, and we had a very disappointing night when we came back out to our car. We came out to a broken out window. Not only did we come out to a broken window, but 14 other people came out to a broken window. So, let me set the stage. We pull into the parking garage at the Lowes Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to eat at Ruth for a really nice dinner. Get all excited, go in and have our steak, but as we're going into the garage, we're self-parking. It's a paid garage, cost about $30 to park in there. Now granted, Ruth gives us a voucher for the parking, but if we had just parked there, it would have cost us $30. So we drive up to the third floor. We find the perfect spot, the optimum spot. It's kind of an in spot right by a pole. It's right by the door, and it's right by this sign that says, hey, we're video surveilled 24 hours a day, basically inferring that, hey, your car is safe here. So we go in for a dinner. We spend about 2.5, 3 hours in eating dinner, and we come back out. And as I come back out, I go past the pole next to my car, and I look at the car next to me, and the driver's window's broken out. I'm like, oh man, that poor guy just had his car broken into. Not suspecting that so did I. So as I turned to the left, I looked at my driver's window, and it was intact. And I'm like, oh great, I didn't have any problem. I opened the door to look to find my glove box open. And I'm like, wait, how did they get in the car? And it was kind of dark down in the area, not dark, but enough to where I would not have noticed my window totally missing. And as I look a little closer, we have some glass shards, and my window was totally broken out. They came in, they broke this window out, the rear driver's side passenger door. They got in the car, somehow must have unlocked the car from this location, got to the passenger side, looked through our glove box, nothing was taken other than they broke my window. I go back down to security, and I ask security, or actually the front desk, to call security and come work with me on this. Security comes. When security comes to the desk, he goes, yeah, 14 cars got broken into on that floor, the third floor. And so as we're walking toward the elevator to go meet the police, I asked him, I said, would it be possible for me to get a copy of the video? And he looked at me and said, well, that area doesn't have any video. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why do you have signs up saying that it has video? You've inferred to me that my car is safe, you're monitoring it, you're watching it. How do 14 cars get broken into, 14 different alarms going off, and nobody notices it? This is absolutely ridiculous. So, the one thing I will say is the Nashville police were awesome. They came in, they got a quick report written up for us. They even offered to do fingerprints. They offered to have the crime scene unit come out and fingerprint our car. They did warn us it would be a little messy. I elected to decline because I figured, what are the odds of these crooks actually not wearing gloves? If they knew a camera wasn't there, they knew that fingerprints are going to be involved. So we declined the fingerprinting. Now what this really comes to is, who's responsible for the damage of the car? My take on it is that they misrepresented the security first off. Second off is it's a paid parking garage attached to the hotel. In my mind, it's in their care and custody. Now, what was even crazier is there was two gentlemen that had a big Ford F-250 truck in the lot. Their truck got broken into. They came running out because they had a gun in the truck, they had some video gear in the truck, they had some valuable stuff in the truck. Nothing was missing in their truck. The gun was still there, the video equipment was still there. I don't quite know what these crooks were after. They did not appear to be after anything other than maybe loose change in the car and a little bit of cash, and maybe hoping somebody's got some dope in their glove box. But that's the only thing I can imagine. Now, the crooks did leave something behind. Directly across from us, next to the car that got its window broken out, there was the little glass break hammer that was sitting on the ground. And as you can see in this picture, that must have been the last car of the 14 that the crooks messed with. And they just left the hammer on the ground and must have bolted out. I have since called Lowes Vanderbilt general manager and left a message with him. I did get a call back last night saying that they are working with Liberty Mutual, their insurance company. I don't know what that means yet, but I'm hopeful that I'm going to get reimbursed for my $500 window. Now, the bad news is that it's a Porsche. Not only is it a little more expensive than the traditional window, but only Porsche makes this glass. You cannot get this glass aftermarket. I've called several different companies and nobody makes this glass aftermarket, so it had to be ordered from the dealer, and it's taking almost a week and a half. Today is the day they're going to come and actually install the new glass, but it's taken a week and a half to get to this point. So I have pretty much lost use of my vehicle for a week and a half, in addition to the $500 cost of the glass. So I'm going to keep you guys updated, but I kind of want to hear what your thoughts are, what your experiences are in the past. Have you had a window or a car damaged while your vehicle was in a parking garage owned by a hotel? Did they give you any compensation for it, or were you totally on the hook for everything? I will let you know how my experience goes, and I'm very hopeful that I'll get $500 back. If not, we're going to continue to drive this and make videos on this until they either remove the signs or they supply the $500 replacement for the glass. I look forward to your comments and your recommendations and actually your experience. I would love to hear if any of you have been successful fighting a hotel on this particular type of damage. Don't forget to come back often, and most of all, don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps our viewership, and we really appreciate you being with us. Have a great day from the Full Octane Garage.